First King of the Hill.
I'll take the 29.
You'll take the 29. Kevin Hackett.
And Howard.
Josh Howard in 11. Gets around Kevin Hackett. Do we have a printout here, my man?
Nope.
All right, it's going to be Josh Howard. Josh Howard, Kevin Hackett. It's Howard, Hackett, down the backstretch. Out of turn 4, it's going to be Josh Howard.
First ever Sport Compact.
First
King of the Hill race.
First King of the Hill for the Sport Compact division. Josh Howard wins the first race. Eliminates Kevin Hackett.
All right, I lost.
All right. All right, Jermark. Jermark, Trish Clayman. Yeah. Trish Clayman in the 27 car on the inside. Matt Jermark, the 9J outside. All right, they're racing for one of those trophies sitting down there. All right, here we go, green flag. Clayman on the bottom, Jermark up high. Trish Clayman got the pedal mashed all the way down. Gets about 5 car lengths on Matt Jermark.
Jermark.
Ah, Trish Clayman is going to win this thing. Trish Clayman eliminates Matt Jermark. All right, Branson Ardner, Paco Montague. All right, it'll be a race, though. What do you bet, buddy? The guy that gets across the finish line will win this one. Oh. Bet on aces, straights, and flushes, right? All right, down into 3. Branson Ardner, Tracy Montague. Racing for that one of those big trophies right down there. All right, here we go. Green flag flies. It's going to be Paco Montague out of turn 2. Branson Ardner. Got the pedal mashed all the way down. Montague takes the white flag. Ardner takes the white flag. I don't hear him lifting hardly at all. Down into 3, it's Tracy Montague. Coming for the checker. Tracy Montague, Branson Ardner. Montague takes out Branson Ardner. All righty. All right, Alan Rice on the outside on the 3CG. Andrew Halpane, the 25 on the inside. Well, the one that gets across the checkered flag first wins it. Remember that? Because we could have a bank robber here. Alrighty. Andrew Halpane. Alan Rice. Here we come down into turn 4. Green flag flies. Alan Rice. Takes care of business. Got the pedal mashed all the way down.
Halpane has ignition problems. Liftoff.
Alan Rice out of turn 4. Goes by the checkered flag, or the white flag, takes the white flag. Andrew Halpane takes the white flag. Out of 2, it's Alan Rice. Andrew Halpane. Coming for the checker. Alan Rice is going to eliminate Andrew Halpane. All right, next up, Chris Schreibner, Dayton Wallenberg. Dayton Wallenberg into 44. Chris Schreibner into 3C. All righty, Chris Schreibner, Dayton Wallenberg into turn 3. Make to center. Here we come off here, and we're going to have a green flag flying. Wallenberg. Schreibner is having a little ignition problem there. Wallenberg puts about 10 car lengths on him down the back chute. Wallenberg likes that high right line. Comes, takes the white flag. Dayton Wallenberg, Chris Schreibner. Wallenberg, I think, has got the pedal all the way to the floor. Into 3. It's Wallenberg. Checkered flag for Dayton Wallenberg. And he eliminates Chris Schreibner. All right. Matt E. Shiveria.
Come on off there, 35. Come on off with them.
All right. We had an odd number of cars. So Matt E. Shiveria will survive. All right, Josh Howard. Trish Clayman. Josh Howard in the 11 car, Trish Clayman in the 27 car. See if she can take care of Mr. Howard or vice versa. Everybody's racing for that little orange trophy down there with the black steering wheel on the bottom of it. Oh no, cut it out. All right, green flag flies. Howard on the bottom, Clayman on the top. Howard to the bottom, Clayman fighting back. Josh Howard into turn 4, Clayman about 2 car lengths back. White flag for Howard. Trish Clayman. All right, out of 2. Josh Howard in the 11 car. Got about 5 car lengths on Trish Clayman. Dives down to turn 3. Gets her turned out of 4. It's going to be Josh Howard eliminating Trish Clayman. All right, next one up, Paco Montague, Alan Rice. Tracy Montague on the bottom in the 72, Alan Rice, the 3CG. 6 of them left. All righty. Into turn 3. Oh, yeah. All righty. Montague, Rice. Here we go. Green flag flies. Alan Rice to the top. Tracy Montague to the bottom. Rice got the preferred line up high. It's Alan Rice into 4. Tracy Montague getting this thing wound up. It's Rice taking the white flag. Alan Rice got a car length lead on Tracy Montague. It's not over yet. Alan Rice out of 4. Tracy Montague, it's going to be Alan Rice eliminating Tracy Montague. All righty. Matt E. Cheveria on the inside in the 35 car, and Dayton Wallenberg outside in the 44 car. All right. Belleville Motorsports is going to give away a $50 gift certificate to the Sport Compact King of the Hill winner. Compliments of Derek Klima. Yes, sir. All right, down into 3. Matt E. Cheveria, Dayton Wallenberg. We got 4 cars left. Coming out of turn number 4, it's Wallenberg, E. Cheveria. Here we go. Green flag flies. E. Cheveria. Got a lot of horsepower in that little animal. C. Cheveria, Wallenberg down the back chute. E. Cheveria out of turn 4. We'll take the white flag. Dayton Wallenberg about 5 car lengths behind him. E. Cheveria. Looked like he's had some coaching from his dad. E. Cheveria gets it turned out of turn 4. Headed this way. Matt E. Cheveria will eliminate Dayton Wallenberg. All right. Josh Howard, Alan Rice, 3 cars left. All right, Josh Howard in 11 car, Alan Rice in the 3 CG. All right. Hang on here. Sportsman. Okay, there you go. Yeah. All right, down into turn 3. Josh Howard, Alan Rice. Here we go. Green flag flies. Josh Howard gets about a 2 car length lead on Alan Rice. Trust me, it's not over. Alan Rice comes up on the outside, gets that little orange animal wound up. Rice to the bottom. Alan Rice for the white flag. Josh Howard second. Rice, 2 car lengths on Josh Howard out of 2. It's Rice down the backstretch. Howard sticking it in on the bottom. Can Rice hold him up? It's going to be Alan Rice taking the checkered flag. And he eliminates Josh Howard. Now there's 2 left. Alan Rice, Matt E. Cheveria. For the winner of this race gets that big trophy down there. And that is the King of the Hill. One of them 2 cars will be the King of the Hill. 2011 Lot Implement IMCA Sport Compact Division.
First ever.
First ever. All right, here we go. There'll be some fireworks here when they come out of turn 4 this time. Alan Rice, Matt Echeverria. All right, for that big old trophy down there. All right, here we go. Green flag flies. Alan Rice on the bottom. Echeverria on the top.
Can the young pup get the old dog?
Alan Rice gets car length lead on him, a half car length. Echeverria working on the inside. Alan Rice to the bottom. Here we come by the white flag. Alan Rice got 2 car lengths on Matt Echeverria. All right, into turn 2. Alan Rice to the top. Echeverria is going to make a move on the bottom. No, he is. All right, Alan Rice to the bottom. Matt Echeverria. Here we go.
Oh.
All right, Alan Rice. Matt Echeverria's second place car.
Rice almost got loose there coming out of.
All right, Alan Rice, the 2011 King of the Hill.
Okay, 3, go down to the front stretch there, down to the front stretch. Good job, guys, that was a hell of a race.
I don't know, that trophy's as long as his car is, buddy.
Look at here, his son, Red Dirty Rice, last year's
Sport Compact.
sport mod.
All right.
I don't even know if I can lift this bad boy or not.
All right. So you got it shut off, buddy? Whew.
Looks like he's got his very own trophy girl out there.
Yeah. All right, race fans, he can hear you now. Let's hear it for the 2011 Sport Compact King of the Hill, Mr. Alan Rice. Gonna need the wheelchair to get out of there.
What do you think there, Pops? Look at that trophy you got there. You ever need this? On behalf of Nova Motorsports, for the $50 certificate, you know what I'm saying? It's $50. Nova Motorsports representing this group. That's a pretty good race. I like it. Yeah, last week he wanted the future. He said he enjoyed racing with you. It was a big clean race. So he came down perfect. You know, he started getting into it. He backed out of it. So good clean race. The old dog and the young dog, right? There you go. There he is, race fans. 2011. Get it.
Hobby stocks.
The Rice Racing family there.
One left. He tells me the right number.
First 2 hobby stocks.
All righty.
Smoking Joe, how many cars are there tonight? Nope. He said 89, but he's close. How many?
Armstrong and Slothauer on the track.
All righty.
Hey.
All righty. Here we go. Adam Armstrong, Tony Slothauer. Here we go. First elimination round. Hobby stock division, King of the Hill. Armstrong on the bottom, Slothauer on the top. All right, watch a little crossover down here in the bottom. Slothauer on the bottom, Armstrong. Armstrong takes the white flag. All right, Slothauer, Armstrong. Adam Armstrong, Tony Slothauer into turn 3. All right. Adam Armstrong is going to eliminate Tony Slothauer. All right, who's next up? Brendan Stiggy, Dwayne McInerney. McInerney on the bottom, Stiggy on the top. I think you're right. All right, they're racing for that maroon colored trophy, I believe. All right, ended 4. McInerney, Stiggy. Here we go. Green flag flies. McInerney to the bottom. Or Stiggy to the bottom, McInerney to the top. Brendan Stiggy. McInerney dead even down the backstretch. All right, Stiggy to the bottom, McInerney to the top. Whoa, look out. McInerney gets loose. Brendan Stiggy. Looks like he about lost it. McInerney. Stiggy by 5 down the backstretch. Into 3. Gets it turned, headed for 4. All right. Brendan Stiggy is going to eliminate Dwayne McInerney. All right. Mark Normandin on the bottom. Kevin Lilly on the top in the 85 car. Normandin in the 82. Round 3. Normandin on the bottom. All right, here we go. Green flag flies. Normandin. Lilly. Mark Normandin. 2 cars out of turn 2 over Kevin Lilly. Out of 4, it's Normandin. Lilly, closed within a half a car. Lilly on the bottom, Normandin up top. Mark Normandin gets that car length back, stretches it to 1.5. Kevin Lilly, working the bottom, gets a little loose. Mark Normandin is going to eliminate Kevin Lilly. That's it for round 3. All right, Casey Gilmore. Mike Truskowski. Round 4. Gilmore on the bottom, Truskowski on the top. Casey Gilmore out of Chapman. Mike Truskowski out of Woodbine, Kansas. Out of turn 3, into 4. Here we go. Green flag flies. Mike Truskowski on the top, Gilmore on the bottom. It's going to be Truskowski. Gets about 3 car lengths going into 4. Gilmore makes it work on the bottom. Truskowski takes the white flag by 3 car lengths over Casey Gilmore. Truskowski into 3. Casey Gilmore about 3 car lengths behind. It's going to be Mike Truskowski eliminating Casey Gilmore. All right, coming up, Adam Armstrong. Brandon Belleville in the 51 car. Armstrong in the 6A on the bottom. Brandon Belleville from Concordia, Kansas. Adam Armstrong is from someplace in Nebraska, I think. Beatrice, Nebraska. All right, into turn 3. Round 5. All right, green flag flies. Armstrong to the point. Got about 5 on Belleville out of turn 2. Adam Armstrong pouring the cold to this animal. It's Armstrong, Belleville. Adam Armstrong down into turn 3. Gets on the gas out of 4. It's going to be Adam Armstrong eliminating Brandon Belleville. All right, next up, Brandon Stiggy, Mark Normandin. Tough of missing that chartreuse color. Brandon Stiggy from Fairbury, Nebraska. All right, green flag flies. Stiggy on the bottom. Normandin on the top. It's going to be Normandin out of turn 2. Gets about a half a car. Stretches out to a full car length. Dives to the bottom in turn 3 and 4. Gets a little loose. Lets Stiggy in on the bottom. Normandin up top. Stiggy takes the preferred line. Normandin fights back. Looked like it's going to be Brendan Stiggy out of turn 4. It's Brendan Stiggy. Eliminates Mark Normandin. That's right. Brendan Stiggy on the bottom. Adam Armstrong up top here.
This is for all the corn.
All right, this is for all the corn. Brendan Stiggy. Give this to Buddy. Adam Armstrong for the King of the Hill, Hobby Stock Division.
So we got Truskowski, don't we?
No, we got
Truskowski. We got a race.
We got one more race, buddy. All right, here we go. Stiggy, Armstrong. Armstrong up top, Stiggy on the bottom. Armstrong powers by Brendan Stiggy. Armstrong into 4. White flag for Armstrong. Stiggy about 3 cars back. Here we go. Stiggy battles back. Whoa. Armstrong had to get out of it. Stiggy had to check up to keep from hitting him. All right, Armstrong up high. It's going to be Adam Armstrong eliminating Brendan Stiggy. All right, we should have Mike Truskowski.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Well, I guess this is Mike Truskowski. Never came back, so. All right. Adam Armstrong, the 2011 Coors Light Hobby Stock Division King of the Hill. All right, race fans. Got his helmet on there. All right, he can hear you. Give him a big hand here, folks. King of the Hill.
Well, good dog. You came down there, what, 3 or 4 in a row? Just 3, don't be so long. King of the Hill, huh?
Yeah, that's definitely been the case around here. I've never actually done something like this, so to be able to do that here is just awesome. Have that showdown like that, that's pretty sweet.
Is that what we call the Nebraska showdown?
Yeah, you guys out here probably don't like that, but I don't care. It's racing. Have fun.
There you go. Look at that trophy. And you got a $50 gift certificate to be in this. So, there you go. Thank you, sir. Good job. There he is. 2011 Coors Light Hobby Stock King of the Hill champion.
All righty.
We'll be back for the Sport Mods.
Here we go. Oh, look at here. We got the Holloway brothers. Oh, yeah. You don't reckon there's little testosterone going in this deal, do you? All right. Shaylin Holloway and Tracy Holloway. All right, here we go. Green flag flies. Shaylin on the bottom, Tracy up top. Whoop, look out here. All right. Shaylin Holloway up top, Tracy on the bottom. Oh, look out here. Oh, look. Tracy Holloway eliminates Shaylin. You don't suppose there'll be a little talking at the trailer, do you?
Okay, guys, you guys got your receivers in.
All right. Shane Meeks, Dan Smith. Meeks on the bottom, Smith on the top.
How about now? You hear me? Okay, these 2 cones here, that's where we want to start the race, guys, the 2 cones, okay.
Shane Meeks on the bottom, Dan Smith up top. All right, here we go. Green flag flies. Meeks to the bottom. Smith gets a little loose. It's going to be Meeks to the bottom. All right, Smith coming back on the bottom. Meeks. Smith gets a little loose. Meeks drives under him. Shane Meeks. going to eliminate.
Oh, Smith.
No, Dan Smith eliminates Shane Meeks.
Smith got loose there in fourth.
Aye. Matt Miller, Jerry Lambath. Miller on the bottom, Lambath on the top. Matt Miller from Concordia, Kansas. Jerry Lambath from Salina. All right, here we go. Green flag flies. Lambath up top. Lambath does the crossover. You watch St. Meeks do that. Matt Miller up top. Lambath on the bottom. Oh, look out here. Matt Miller takes the white flag. Jerry Lambath drove it way too hard in there. Matt Miller will eliminate Jerry Lambath. All right. Chris Humphreys. Curtis Peel from Lindsberg. Chris Humphreys from Salina. All right, Peel on the bottom, Humphreys on the top here. All right, green flag flies. Neal on the, oh, everybody's learned that trick to get her turned late. All right, Humphreys on the bottom, Peel on top. All right, Peel, Humphreys. Curtis Peel leads by a car length. Chris Humphreys. Whoa, sticks it in there hard, does the crossover. It's gonna be Curtis Peel winning over Chris Humphreys. Yes, it was. Ah, riding Dirty Rice, Brian Fink. Rice on the bottom, Fink on the top.
Can we have two King of the Hills from the Rice family in one night?
Yeah. All right, and Josh Rice, Brian Fink out of turn 4. Here we go, green flag. Rice on the bottom, Fink on top. Fink does the crossover. Rice, Brian Fink. Rice by the white flag. Josh Rice gets a little loose, but gathers it up. Rice into 3. Ah, Josh Rice going to eliminate Brian Fink. All right, Troy Washnick, Gary Utley. Troy Washnick from Morganville, Kansas.
Where's that at?
It's up by Clay Center. And Gary Utley's from Salina. All righty. Troy Washnick. Here we go. Green flag. Washnick to the bottom. Utley to the top. Washnick with the white flag. Utley about 4 cars back. Troy Washnick is going to get the checkered flag and eliminate Gary Utley. Jason Nelson, Jake Crone. Yes, sir. I'm not sure about that. Jason Nelson. Jake Crone, here we go, green flag. Crone to the top. Crone to 3, Nelson to 3. White flag for Jake Crone, Jason Nelson. Jake Crone's going to eliminate Jason Nelson. All right, Tyler Sutton, Cade Calhoun. Tyler Sutton from Beloit. Where's Calhoun from?
Don't know.
All right, Sutton on the bottom, Calhoun on the top. Here we go, green flag flies. Sutton to the bottom. Gets about 3 car lengths on Calhoun. Calhoun sticks it on the bottom. Gonna be Sutton, Calhoun by the white flag.
He's got a Beloit ready mix, so I assume he might be from Beloit.
All right. Calhoun. Sutton to the top, Calhoun to the bottom. Here we go. Checkered flag for Tyler Sutton. Eliminates Cade Calhoun. All right. 77 Watts on the top. Tyler Fry on the bottom. All right. Fry, Watts, here we go. Watts up high, makes the crossover. Tyler Fry. Fry taking the checker, the white flag. Watts, about 4 car lengths back. Tyler Fry, gonna eliminate Tyler Watts. Yes, sir. 8th time. 9.
Schmidt and who, Doug? 11.
Just 11 and 11. Schmidt in the 69. 11 to the point. Dustin Schmidt. All right, white flag for Schmidt. Dusty Schmidt from Fairbury. Just 11 from Salina. It's going to be Schmidt eliminating just 11. All right. Tracy Holloway on the bottom. And Tim McBurney in the 69C on the top. Yeah, they do. All right, Holloway on the bottom. McBurney on the top. Yellow flag comes out. Tim McBurney spins it down here in turn number 4. Yeah. All right, here we go. Green flag flies. Tracy Holloway to the point. McBurney to the bottom. Holloway takes the white flag. McBurney takes the white flag. Tracy Holloway looks like he's got a nice setup in the car. Tracy Holloway is going to eliminate Tim McBurney. All right, Dan Smith, Matt Miller. Dan Smith from Wichita and Matt Miller from Concordia. We have four. All right, green flag flies. Dan Smith to the bottom, Miller to the top. Smith puts about 6 car lengths on Matt Miller. Dives into turn 3. Here we go. Dan Smith takes the white flag. Matt Miller. Oh, Matt Miller spins it down in turn 2. Dan Smith's going to gather it up. Dan Smith will eliminate Matt Miller. All right, Curtis Peel, Josh Rice. Peel in the 3K, Rice in the 8J. Curtis Peel from Lindsborg, Kansas. Josh Rice from Minneapolis. Trying to make it 2 in the Rice family to win a King of the King of the Hill trophy tonight. All right, here we go. Green flag flies. Rice on top, Peel on the bottom. Rice makes it work up high. Rice up top. 4 car lengths above Peel. Rice out of 2 by 5 cars. Curtis Peel. All right. Josh Rice is going to take the checker and eliminate Curtis Peel. Next up, Troy Washnick, Jake Crone. Crone on the bottom in the 21M, Washnick in the 1X. Troy Washnick from Morganville. Crone from Beloit.
Right down here, Josh. The outside here.
Jake Crone on the bottom. Here we go, green flag flies. Washnick makes it on the top, does the crossover, sticks it in the bottom here. Crone up high. Washnick on the bottom. It's going to be Washnick with the white flag. Washnick comes back, gets around Crone in turn 2. It's going to be a drag race. Woo! It's going to be Washnick winning this one. It's going to eliminate Jake Crone. I'm glad we got transponders, huh? All right, Tyler Fry, Tyler Sutton. Tyler Fry from Belleville. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That last race was 8/100ths of a second difference.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah. Tyler Sutton from Beloit. Tyler Fry from Belleville. Here we go. Green flag flies. Sutton to the bottom. Fry to the top. Sutton washes out. Fry crosses over. Fry to the bottom. Sutton to the top. Sutton battling back. Fry by half a car. Sutton up top, got the preferred lines, going to drive by him on the back stretch. Ooh, look out. Fry on the bottom, Sutton on the top. It's going to be Tyler Sutton eliminating Tyler Fry. Hey, was that a race or not? All right. Dusty Schmidt from Fairbury. Tracy Holloway from Osborne.
Tire change lane, Tyler.
Holloway up top, Schmidt on the bottom here. Here we go, green flag flies. Tracy Holloway up top. Holloway has to get out of it. Gets right back in it, chases him down. Schmidt, Holloway. Holloway takes that high groove again, but he just can't make up that time out of 2. Schmidt Up high, Holloway down low. Gonna be Schmidt eliminating Tracy Holloway. All right, Dan Smith, Josh Rice. Rice made the high groove work for him last time.
Right down the tire changing lane here.
Josh would like to win that King of the Hill like the old man, because he'd be tough to live with if he didn't win this thing. Dan Smith, Josh Rice. Here we go, green flag flies. Smith out of 2. Rice about 4 back. Dan Smith takes the white flag. Josh Rice changes lanes. Smith down the backstretch. Josh Rice on the, whoa, look out, Juster. All right, Dan Smith's gonna eliminate Josh Rice. All right, Tyler Sutton, Troy Wasnick. The list is almost crossed off.
You want to take these down to Buddy?
Yeah. All right, out of turn forward. Sutton on the bottom. Wasnick on the top. Wasnick comes back. Howard makes a power move on the bottom. Sutton up high, Wasnick down low. It's a drag race. Sutton wins that lap. Wasnick on the bottom. Sutton up high. Half a car length. Troy Wasnick on the bottom. Tyler Sutton is going to eliminate Troy Wasnick. Dusty Schmidt on the bottom. Dan Smith up on the top. Schmidt from Fairbury. Smith from Wichita. All right. Dusty Schmidt on the bottom. Dan Smith on the top. Here we go. Green flag flies. Smith up high. Schmidt down on the bottom. Do I see a crossover coming? It's Dan Smith. Got a crossover on Dusty Smith. Smith to the bottom. Dan Smith, a car length on Dusty Schmidt. It's going to be Dan Smith out of 4. Smith over Schmidt.
Okay, 92, just stay out on the track. Just stay out on the track. Roll up here and you will be starting this final race from the outside. From the outside.
This is for the King of the Hill. All right, Tyler Sutton on the bottom. Dan Smith will start up on the top here. This is for the King of the Hill, for that big trophy down there. The winner.
Okay, guys, make sure you start this final race here between these cones. Give me a good start here, guys.
The winner gets a new pair of shocks from BSB Manufacturing. Second place guy gets 50% off of a new set of shocks. All right, green flag flies. Sutton on the bottom, Smith on the top. Oh, Smith gets her too hot into turn 1. Tyler Sutton out of turn 4 wins lap 1. Sutton, Smith, oh, look out. Dan Smith catches him up. It's a new race. Dan Smith to the bottom. Tyler Sutton to the top. Smith to the bottom. It's going to be Dan Smith winning the King of the Hill.
92, right on down to the front stretch. Park down at the bottom of the track, please, for pictures. Park down at the bottom of the track for pictures. On my side of the flag stand, please. My side of the flag stand, please.
Hey, buddy, you want to have somebody holler at, get the 3 up here, because we got a certificate to give to him, too. All right, race fans. Let's hear it for Dan Smith here.
Tyler Sutton, if you can, would you please come out to the front stretch with your car, please? Tyler Sutton, please come to the track.
The Iceman. Let's hear a big hand for him.
Come around here, good boy. What do you think of that King of the Hill race? Fun? Well, it looked like he had you there for a minute, but he got a little hot. Well, you got a little hot, but then you gained him back. You got it up there, you gave it to him. On behalf of BSB, you probably know where to get this redeemed at, don't you? You get a set of shocks on BSB Manufacturing. There he is, race fans, in 2011, King of the Hill.
Is that a killer trophy or what?
I want to thank Stardust Trophies. Great trophy.
All right, let's have a big hand for Mr. Tyler Sutton out there, folks.
Well, they didn't wait for you at all, did they? Cheers, she said. She said, hell no, I'm too old for that. Come on, big boy. That's a pretty good race. Good race, for second place, you get 50% off a set of shots. BSB Manufacturing. What do you think of that? Take us through that little race. You guys have what you want in the first lap, the second lap. That's all right. You got 50% off. BSB. All right. What do you got for us on future time? All right. There he is, second place winner.
All right, race fans. Coming up, feature time. Here we go, race fans. A feature time. Lot Implement IMCA Sport Compact Division. On the pole, the 27 car, Trish Clayman, Josh Howard, and 11 outside of him, her. Row 2, Kevin Hackett, the 29 car, Dayton Wallenberg in the 44 car. Row 3, Chris Schreibner, the 3C, Branson Ardner. Row 4, the 25, Andrew Halpane. Outside of him, Matt Jermark in the 9J, Matt E. Cheveria in the 35 car, Tracy Montague in the 72, and bringing up the rear, Alan Rice. All right, race fans, get up on your feet. Give these guys a big send-off for the A feature time here. Show them how much you appreciate them coming out and
on the back
racing
will be
for
green
you.
on the front.
Thanks a lot, racers.
Next time.
All right, here we go. $16 laps, A feature time. Got another trophy to win here. Trish Clayman, Josh Howard down here into turn 3. 16 laps for all the potatoes, tomatoes, and celery. Here we go. Josh Howard. To the point. Howard, Clayman, Wallenberg, Rice, Ardner, Montague, E. Cheveria, Halpane, Jermark, Josh Howard to the front. Alan Rice working his way underneath Trish Clayman. Dayton Wallenberg, Branson Ardner, rubbing a little pain. Whoa, Branson Ardner almost lost it, but he saved it. Howard, Rice, Clayman, Ardner, Montague, Wallenberg, E. Cheveria, Hackett, Jermark, Halpane, Schreibner. All right, out of turn 4. Howard, Rice, Alan Rice making a move on Howard. Gets to the bottom. Alan Rice, Josh Howard battling. Alan Rice gets around Josh Howard. Trish Clayman, your third place car. Rice, Howard, Clayman, Montague, Ardner, E. Cheveria, Wallenberg, Hackett, Jermark, Halpane, Schreibner. Alan Rice gets out of turn 4. It's Rice, Howard, Montague, E. Cheveria, Clayman, Ardner, Wallenberg, Jermark, Hackett. Alan Rice puts about 15 car lengths on Howard. Tracy Montague gets around Josh Howard. Rice, Montague, E. Cheveria, Howard, Clayman, Wallenberg, Ardner, Jermark, Hackett. Woo, look out.
Uh-oh, fire.
Look out, got one on fire. This will bring out the yellow flag.
Yellow's out, guys, yellow's out. Get single file for me. Yellow's out, get single file.
Safety crew will be there with some fire extinguishers, and we'll get this thing put out. PDQ. All right. Get the driver out of this car.
Halpane, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe that was Andrew Halpane that expired the motor and the oil caught a fire. Yeah, but you notice it didn't take that safety crew very long to get them right there and get that fire put out. All right. Okay.
You think he was getting hot in there? Boy, they're good. Did you see old Sam when Sam rolled up on the four-wheeler? He wasn't looking at the
All right. Get out, man. Because you're going to have some white stuff all over you in just a little bit.
You know, when I was on the safety team, you wanted to be the first cat in the contest among the safety team, just so you guys know. Be the first one there.
Because you
Saturday one time, he had one dead on fire and rolled right to him. One dead name was step off the four-wheeler and put it up. That don't count. You got to run for it a little bit. But anyway, one more time for the safety team.
All right, Doug.
too hot for Tomater.
That was long over before you even thought of it.
There you go. All right, Alan Rice, Tracy Montague, Matt E. Cheveria, Josh Howard. Here we go, green flag racing. Alan Rice to the point, gets about a car length lead on Tracy Montague. Montague comes back, so does Matt E. Cheveria. Rice, Montague, E. Cheveria, Howard, Clayman, Wallenberg, Hackett, Germart, Ardner, Shriver. It's a race down the backstretch here. Anybody could win. Rice, Montague, E. Cheveria, Howard, your top four cars. E. Cheveria's working on Alan Rice. Alan Rice up high. It's going to be Rice, E. Cheveria, Montague, your top three cars. Montague on the bottom, E. Cheveria on the top. Staying right with Alan Rice. Gets the move over for Shriver. It's going to be Rice, E. Cheveria, Montague. Rice, E. Cheveria, Montague. Come by, it'll be 5 to go. Rice on the bottom, E. Cheveria on the top. E. Cheveria around Rice. Tracy Montague. Trying to follow him. E. Cheveria, Montague, Rice, Howard, Wallenberg. E. Cheveria gets around Rice and puts about 5 car lengths on everybody there. Matt E. Cheveria, Tracy Montague, Alan Rice. Chris Clayman. Chris Shriver gets tangled up at the flag stand. Out of 4. E. Cheveria, Montague, Rice. Germart gets out of the road. E. Cheveria out of 4. White flag for Matt E. Cheveria, Tracy Montague, Alan Rice. Josh Howard. Alan Rice making a move up top. Montague on the bottom. It's going to get crowded down here. It's going to be E. Cheveria, Montague, and Rice, your top 3. Josh Howard. Dayton Wallenberg. Trish Clayman.
3572, 3C and 11 to the front, please.
Kevin Hackett, Branston Ardner, Chris Shriver. All right, that's it for your lot implement IMCA Sport Compact Division.
2 in a row for Matt Echeverria, 16-year-old, Junction City. Back with the Sport Compacts, I think.
All right, Casey's General Store, IMCA Modified. All right, Kenny Cross on the pole in a 57 car. Tim Watts, the 11W. Row 2, the 9J, Jeff Dermark. Brendan Blocklinger in the 9. Row 3, Larry Sutton, the 53T. Brian Nell in the 6B. Corey LeGrune, the 24. Randy Wilson, the 2A. Roger Peck, the 12 car. Joe Cleveland, the 719. Danny Morrison, the 14M. Corey Birch in the 7. Matt Hinkey in the 10. Steve Birch in the 11. Nick Bauman in the 19B. Chris Vogan in the 1V. Terry Malm in the 70T. And Brad Morris in the 70M. All right, 4 wide. Just salute to the fans here. When they come by here, give them a big old wave. They can see every one of you guys standing up. All righty, race fans, get up on your feet. Wave at them. Tell them we appreciate them. What a good job they've done for us tonight. All right, we'll get them lined up here.
Okay, modified, we're still under yellow, still under yellow. Next time by, we will be green. Next time you hit the front stretch, we will be green.
All right, 20 laps. When they come by this time, they'll be pedal to the metal. Kenny Cross, Tim Watts will lead them down this next time by. Jeff Dermark, Brandon Blocklinger in the 9 car. Sutton. Nell, here we go. Green flag flies. Watch to the point. Locklinger, Cross, Jermark, Lagroon. Locklinger to the bottom, Watts to the top. Locklinger on the bottom. It's gonna be a drag race. All right, yellow flag comes out.
Yellow's out, guys, yellow's out. Top of turn 3, top of turn 3.
All right, Corey Birch has spun around up here on the top of turn number 3.
Nice easy pace. Do not pass before you get through a cone.
Tim Watts, Brendan Blocklinger, Kenny Cross, Corey Lagroon, Jeff Jermark. Here we go, 19 laps, hang on. Green flag. Blocklinger to the bottom, Watts to the top. Lagroon gets around Kenny Cross. Watts, Locklinger, Lagroon, Cross.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, look
flag,
out.
red
Look
flag.
out.
Yellow's out, yellow's out. Bottom of turn 2, bottom of turn 2. Stay high.
Yellow
Stay
flag.
high.
Chris Vogan, Randy Wilson. I can't tell you who the other car is because there's no number that I can see.
Got underneath him.
Your red flag's out. They'll all stop on the back stretch here.
The one that's left there was on top of the one that just left.
Do we see the driver out of it? All right, that's a good deal. Because that could have been pretty ugly. Help me, who is that down there? Hold it, here's Morrison. Get some music here. Got word from the director of competition. All the drivers has made it out all right. Nobody's
You
injured.
cars on the backstretch, go ahead and roll around here.
Is that Malm?
Can't see the number.
We shall return. Well, we think that was Brad Morris and Terry Malm involved in that rollover out there in turn 2. One driver left under his own power, the other is on the hook. Both drivers are okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right, Tim Watts, Brendan Blocklinger, Kenny Cross, Corey Lagroon, Larry Sutton. Here we go. Green flag flies. Everybody cleared the cone. Blocklinger on the bottom. Watts up high.
Cross has got problems coming out of 2.
Kenny Cross got a flat tire.
The yellow's out.
Yellow's out for Kenny Cross.
Yellow's out, guys, yellow's out. Top of turn 3.
Here we go.
Okay, lights are out.
All right, Tim Watts, Blocklinger, Lagroon, Sutton, here we go. 17 laps, green flag racing. Blocklinger, Watts having a heck of a battle down in turn 3 and 4. Watts up high, Blocklinger down low. Lagroon, your 3rd place car. Sutton, your 4th place car. Watts, Blocklinger, Lagroon. Sutton, your top 4 cars. Watts holds him off up high again. Watts, Blocklinger, Lagroon. Look at there, Roger Peck worked his way into this deal. Blocklinger makes the move around Watts by the flag stand. Blocklinger, Watts, Lagroon. Larry Sutton, your 4th place car. Blocklinger, Watts, Lagroon. Sutton, Cleveland, Peck, Nell, Morrison, Sutton, Germar. Blocklinger, Watts, Lagroon, Cleveland, Sutton, Peck, Nell, Morrison. Matt Hinkey. Right.
Yellow's out, guys.
Yellow flag comes out here.
Germark in turn 2.
Jeff Dermark's dead in the water down in turn number 2. Dermark gets it a running here. Brian Holloway says the lineup is good. 9 laps to go. Next time by, they'll turn the yellow out, I believe. Brandon Blocklinger, Tim Watts, Corey Lagroon, Smoking Joe Cleveland. Here we go, 9 laps to go. Lagoon, Cleveland. Yellow flag comes out.
Debris at turn 4.
Debris in turn 4 causes the yellow.
All right, we got 11 to go. All right, out of turn 4. Blocklinger gets the green flag. Here we go. Blocklinger, Watts, Lagoon, Cleveland. Roger Peck worked his way into this deal. Blocklinger gets over the backside there, gets her gathered back up. Watts makes a move on him. Oh, Tim Watts has a mechanical issue. Blocklinger.
Yeah, we got a motor blown up in turn 4.
Oh, that Steve Birch blowed up here.
Tire.
Yellow comes out for Mr. Steve Birch. Expired a motor. Ooh, not good. We get everything cleaned up
Okay,
here.
lights are out. Here we go. Lights are out. Here we go.
Brandon Blocklinger, Corey Lagoon, Joey Cleveland, Roger Peck, Brian Nell, Larry Sutton, Danny Morrison Jr., Jeremiah, Terry Mom. 5 laps to go. Here we go. Green flag flies. Blocklinger to the point. Lagoon to second. Cleveland. Blocklinger gets off the back stretch again. Blocklinger. Lagoon. Blocklinger, Lagoon, Cleveland, Nell, Peck, Morrison Jr. Joe Cleveland on the bottom there trying for the Lagoon spot. 2 to go. White flag for Brandon Blocklinger. Corey Lagoon, Joey Cleveland, Brian Nell, Roger Peck. Into turn 3, it's Brandon Blocklinger. Going to take the checkered flag, but Cleveland, Lagoon battling. It's going to be Lagoon second, Cleveland third, Brian Nell, Peck, Morrison, Sutton, Jermark, Terry Mom. Woo! Man.
2 in a row for Brandon Blocklinger.
Wow, that started out as a dogfight there. Watts was up there, you guys were battling back and forth, and you got it. And then all of a sudden, he started coming back and some tough up for him. He had to pull off and take us through that one. Yeah, he was going to reach the game, you know, he was pretty fight to the end. He kind of got higher for us, and we enjoyed it, and got around. I started messing up myself over there, too. It just seemed like, I don't know, it's like I had a shock going back somewhere right here. He squared back up from the shock out here. I don't know if I lost him on pull out of the shock or what, but it was good. Whatever works, right? There he is, race man! Brandon Blocklinger, 360 IMCA Modified A feature winner.
Oh, yeah.
Back with the hobby stocks. Here we go, Doug.
All right, race fans, Coors Light, IMCA Hobby Stock A feature time. Dwayne McInerney in the 72D on the pole. Dennis Berry in the 22 outside of him. Chris Pollitt, the 60P. Casey Gilmore in the 8G. Row 3, Mark Normandin. Mike Truskowski. Row 4, the 69, Brandon Stiggy. Adam Armstrong. Row 5, Tony Slothauer, Aaron McBride in the 31M. Row 6, the Cheeseburger, G.W. Fuller. Kevin Lilly in the 85 outside of him. Jake Crowell,
Okay,
the
I'll be set.
3C.
This will be your parade lap here. This
Mike
will be your
Wilson,
parade lap.
21K. Row 8, Brendan Belleville in the 51 and the 34J of Brian Johnson. All right, race fans, stand up. Give these guys a big wave. Tell them how much you appreciate them coming to race for you tonight. Yes, sir. Really? Oh, really?
Okay, lights are out. Lights are out. We'll go this time. Lights are out. We'll go this time.
Happy birthday. All right. Dwayne McInerney, Dennis Berry bring him down. 16 laps. Hang on. Green flag flies.
Hey, yellow's out, guys. Yellow's out. It'll be a no start. It'll be a no start. You need to get lined back up. We'll try her again. Get lined back up. We'll try her again.
Way that thing started. All right, here we go. Green flag flies. Ooh, look at that Chris Pollitt go. Chris Pollitt on the bottom, Dennis Berry. Mark Normandin. Mike Truskowski. Pollitt, Berry, Normandin, Stiggy, Truskowski, Slothauer, Armstrong, McInerney, Gilmore, Fuller. Chris Pollitt taking it away. Pollitt, Normandin, Stiggy, Berry, Truskowski, Slothauer, Armstrong, Fuller, Gilmore, McBride. Mike Wilson limping off on the back stretch there. Pollitt, Normandin, Truskowski, Armstrong, Slothauer, Stiggy, Fuller, Berry.
Uh-oh, Slothauer and
Whoa,
Armstrong kiss.
Armstrong's off in the infield here. This will bring the yellow out.
They've been,
Yellow's out, guys. Yellow's out.
those two have been bumping and grinding for several laps.
All right, Chris Pollitt, Mark Normandin, Mike Truskowski, Tony Slothauer. Here we go, green flag flies. Pollitt in the middle, Normandin on the bottom. Truskowski high, Slothauer. Truskowski up high. Slothauer making a move on the bottom. Yellow flag comes out again.
Turns out. Yellow's out.
We have debris down in turn number 2. Looks awful blue down there. Yes, sir. Mike Truskowski, Tony Slothauer, Brandon Stiggy. Here we go. 10 to go. Green flag flies. Chris Pollitt just keeping on. Pollitt, Normandin, Truskowski, Slothauer, Stiggy. G.W. Fuller's worked his way back into this deal, as does Adam Armstrong. Truskowski up high. Normandin holds him off. Mike Truskowski gets around Mark Normandin. Pollitt, Truskowski, Normandin, Stiggy, Slothauer, Armstrong, Fuller. Five to go.
Yellow's out, guys. Yellow's out. There's a bumper on the front stretch.
All right, yellow's out.
Yellow's out. Yellow's out. Stay down low. Down low, guys. Get down low. Down low on the front stretch.
All right, there's a bumper laying right here in the front stretch here, and they'll get this picked up.
Green right now, guys.
All righty, Chris Pollitt, Mike Truskowski, Normandin. Here we go, green flag racing. 5 to go. Armstrong gets a little high in turn 2. Gathers her back up. Normandin on the bottom. Whoa, Chris Pollitt.
Couldn't take the heat. Truskowski into the lead.
All right. Normandin. Truskowski takes over the lead. Armstrong behind him. Stiggy behind Armstrong. Truskowski around Armstrong. Armstrong around Truskowski. Adam Armstrong makes the power move under Mike Truskowski.
Armstrong went to the back of the pack 2 cautions ago.
Yeah. Armstrong, Truskowski, Stiggy, Normandin, Slothour, Pollitt, Crowell. Armstrong, Stiggy, white flag comes out for Adam Armstrong, Stiggy, Truskowski, Normandin, Slothour, Pollitt. All right, Armstrong into turn 4. Ed Chenoweth says, you are the winner. Armstrong, Stiggy, Truskowski, Normandin. Your top 4, Slothour, Pollitt, Crowell.
.69, 23 and 82.
Well, Nebraska's going to take home all the corn again. Top 2 drivers in the King of the Hill, top 2 drivers in the A feature. Armstrong's 4th feature win this year.
Can't hear it. Shut it off. Shut it off.
Alright, he's getting ready to get up. The car's a little warm, he's trying to get it back down. Just gonna leave it back on the track. Eddie Krieger race fan, he drove quite a race. I don't know if you noticed, but he got spun out over there, went to the back of the field. Yeah, that's what's up, he says. What do you think, big dog? King of the Hill tonight, you got spun, you got turned around, yellow head goes back to the back. Now you're in the third circle.
Yeah,
Were you mad?
yeah, that's what got me in front. I was pretty upset, I'm not gonna lie. I was willing to call for it, but I'll tell you what, that,
A win's a win.
that's right, a win's a win.
Then you do your race, man, from the back to the front. Adam Armstrong, your quarter side, hobby stock, Dave, he's your winner.
We'll be back for the final feature, the Sportsman Modifieds.
All right, race fans. Last race of the night. Keener Dirt Construction, IMC Sport Mod. Just 11, 11J on the pole, Tracy Holloway, the 83. Dan Smith, the 92, row 2. Next to him, Jerry Lambath. Matt Miller on row 3, along with Shaylin Holloway, Dusty Smith, Brian Fink, Drake Crone, Josh Rice, Tyler Sutton, Tyler Fry, Jerry Utley, Chris Humphreys, Jason Delson, Shane Meek, Chris Peel, Brian La Riviera, Troy Watchness, Bob Dower. All right. Get up there. All right, we finally got them all on the track this time.
Okay, we'll come around one more time for your
Give them, stand up, give them a wave off here. All right, 16 laps to go. TNR Dirt Construction, IMCA Sport Mod Division. Hang on. Them boys is ready to race. Here we go, green flag. Levin, Holloway, Smith, Miller. Holloway boys right up the front. Tracy Holloway, Shaylin Holloway, your third, fourth place cars. Levin, Smith, Tracy, Shaylin. Matt Miller, Cruz, Lambeth, Fry. Smith gets into 11. Tracy Holloway. Smith, Levin, Holloway, Groom, Fry. Curtis Peel, mechanical issues and pulls off the pack here. Look out.
Yellow's out, guys. Yellow's out.
Sutton.
Had a menagerie down here, turn number 3.
Nelson.
Jason Nelson.
And who's the third one? Got tied up.
Jason Nelson gets rolling off here.
Fink.
Brian Fink.
Utley's over here.
Gary Utley. Dead in the water here. Hey. Jake Crone. Here we go. Green flag flies. Smith on top. Smith, Levin, Fry, Holloway, by Riviera. Whoa, look out. Levin has a handful down there in turn number 2. Smith, Fry, Holloway,
Sutton
by
spins
Riviera
out.
gets into the wall.
Sutton spins out.
Yellow flag comes out.
Okay. Get single file here for me. Get single file here. Second, 11J up to second.
Excuse you, Nick.
Lights are out. Here we go.
Yellow lights out. Dan Smith, Jesse Levin, Tyler Fry. Here we go. Tracy Holloway. Green flag flies. Smith on the top. Levin on the bottom. Tyler Fry making a move. Getting it up high. Smith, Fry, Levin. La Riviera. Smith holds off Fry this line. La Riviera works on the bottom of Levin. Smith, Fry, La Riviera, Levin. Fry working on Smith. Fry on the bottom, Smith on the top. La Riviera on the top. Smith up high. Smith, Fry, La Riviera, Levin. La Riviera on the bottom of Fry. La Riviera working on the bottom.
Lights are out. Here we go. Lights are out.
All right, hang on. 5 laps to go. Smith, Fry, La Riviera, Levin. Here we go. Smith pulls him off 2. Smith, Fry, La Riviera. Josh Rice. Oh!
Rice and La Riviera spin out. La Riviera spun out first. About took out Fry.
Lambeth, La Riviera, Rice.
Yellow is for the 8J. Yellow is for the 8J.
Oh, how fortunate for La Riviera.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
All right, 4 to go. Dan Smith, Tyler Fry, Brian La Riviera, Levin. Here we go. Green flag flies. Smith up high, Fry down low. La Riviera, Levin, Crow, Holloway. Fry on the bottom, Smith up high. La Riviera up high. Thrown into 4th.
Final lap.
All right, white flag comes out. Smith, Fry, La Riviera, Crow. Smith gets her turn. Dan Smith, Tyler Fry, Brian La Riviera, Jake Crow, Levin, Holloway, Diggy, Lambeth, Fink.
Woohoo! Second King of the Hill feature winner combination of the night.
All right, race fans, thanks for coming to Minneapolis Raceway. The Robbins family appreciate you coming. Make sure you abide by all traffic laws when you leave. Thanks for coming.
Dan Smith's first feature win. Holds off two hot drivers, Fry and LaRiviere.
Hey guys, wait for Grandma.
Wait for Grandma.
Where's Grandma? You left her back there again? Alright. Woo!
Hey, this is a career night.
Stellar night.
Who do you think's happier, Dad or Son?
That's kind of fun. In the gate there at the track, all of a sudden somebody said, hey, look out, I'm coming with you. It was the ice man himself. I think some of that ice runs to this boy's veins.
Yeah, there you go.
Here comes Grandma. Hold on, Dad. I tell you, I heard Dan tell his grandma, she said, congratulations on the King of the Hill. He says, I'm happy, but I'll be even happier if I win the picture. Well, guess what? He's happy now.
I believe that.
How was the ride out, Grandma? Hey, stick around and you give her a ride back. What do you think of that, Grandma? It's great. That is great. Come on, big dog. We gotta talk out here. I tell you what, it's back in there. Here's your trophy, girl. You started up front, but I tell you, Tyler was coming, LaRiviere was coming. I tell you, that's gonna be the next time in the race car. He was up there with a stellar night for you. King of the Hill, feature winner. What do you got to say? I got a lot of people to say. Without the Hansons, we wouldn't be here as long as we drove the last 2 weeks ago down here. We got to thank all the rides. It's used to be their car. They got me lined out so they didn't struggle. It makes the learning curve a lot easier. And the rookie class thing I took, we got a lot harder on everybody. I didn't look like you're struggling too bad for me. Well, I've been around my whole life. Really? I'm going to thank my dad and my uncle, everybody else. This isn't your first time to a racetrack? Not the first time. I think Mom went in labor with me at a racetrack. It's very many since then. I don't plan on this very many after this. There he is, race fans! TNR Construction, Smart Pod, hey, feature winner! Dan Smith.
Well, we appreciate you being at Minneapolis Raceway if you came, and for watching this DVD if you've been watching it. Hope you've enjoyed. We'll be back in 2 weeks for resumption of Minneapolis Raceway action. Dale Leach and Doug Beecham going to sign off. Thanks and good night, folks.